Alright, as I said, you're going to do the even numbers only. You can do more if you would like. Let's see here. I'm just scanning through these real quick. Yeah, you can just do the even numbers. I'm going to help you with some of the odd ones, not the even ones. So let's go to number 2. Sorry, no. You're going to do that one on your own. Let's go to number 1. So remember what I said about every 7th grade number. They're rational. So the number 1 is -6. It says put an X. They're all rational. So you could just go pew, straight down. Alright, so we start on the outside. So it is rational. It is the United States of America. It is the big box. Okay. Then we got to get smaller. Is it an integer? The definition of an integer is whole numbers and opposites. Whole and opposites. Okay. So think about the opposite of -6. It's 6, right? It's +6. So is -6 the opposite of a whole number of 6? Yes, it is. So it is the state of Texas, right? Which is inside of America, which is rational. So it is integer. Okay. Is it a whole number? Whole number was the counting numbers, right? The natural numbers with the number 0. So is -6 0 or a counting number? No, it's not, because we don't count to the negatives. Okay, so it is an integer and a rational. All right, let's look at number 3. Again, every number in 7th grade is rational. Okay, so why is it rational? Rational starts with R. Remainder starts with R. And 2 7/10 has a remainder. What is the remainder? The 7/10. So can it be an integer? No, an integer cannot have a remainder. Okay, can't have a remainder. So that is only rational. Only rational. Number 5 is a half. Is that in the AB form that we had talked about at the beginning of our journal notes? Yes, it is. So that's a fraction. And we also know every number is rational in 7th grade. Is it an integer? What's the opposite of a half? -half. Is that a whole number? Is half a whole number? No, it's not. So it's only rational again. I want to go to, let's see here. 15 is rational. 17 is a whole number. Let's go to 19. 19. We struggle with percent a little bit, and that's okay. But what does this represent? It's made of 3 things, in my opinion. Okay, it's the way I like to look at it. It is made of a 1, a 0, and a 0. Okay, and percent is a number out of 100, right? So can I write down here? Yes, I can. So I'm going to rewrite this. Because it is percent, it is out of something out of 100. It's 1 out of 100. Is that a remainder? Yes, it is. That means you got what? 1 penny, right? That's a remainder. So it is rational, and it can't be anything else because it has a remainder. Okay? That you have that assignment, but it's evens only, and you also have another assignment. Okay, they're both attached. Make sure you check the due date on Schoology. You send that over to Cami and work on it. Evens only. Don't forget that. Okay, if you have any questions, again, get on the Zoom, which you'll have pretty soon. The next one is it's the same kind of thing. It's just it's talking about rational numbers. It's just a different assignment because we have a Venn diagram in this case. Notice this Venn diagram is only made of 3 things: a rational number, integer, and whole numbers. It doesn't have the natural numbers. Okay, So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. Rational numbers are every number inside of 7th grade, and rational numbers have a remainder. Okay, so I'm going to do some problems similar to these, but I'm not going to do those for you. All right, so let's look at -2 and a fifth. -2 and 1/5. It's a negative, so a lot of times we jump straight to thinking, oh, it's an integer. Integers are negative. Well, that's true. Integers are negative. But this has something attached to it that changes that. What is it? What changes that? The remainder. 1/5 is a remainder. And if it's a remainder, it means it is rational. -2 and 1/5 is rational. Excuse me. It's not an integer, right? Because it has a remainder. Then let's do -4 and 8/10. Okay, it's a negative, so a lot of times, ooh, it's negative, an integer. Sweet, I got this. I'm so good. Well, relax, man. What does it have on it that makes it not an integer? It has a remainder. 8/10 is a remainder. It's something left over, right? So if it has something left over, then it is rational and only rational. Okay? Let's do the number -7. -7. Every number in 7th grade is rational. Okay? So I don't see a remainder. So let's look. Is it possibly an integer? What's the opposite of -7? +7. Well, is +7 a whole number? Yes, it is. Right? And integers are whole numbers and their opposites. So because it's negative and it is a whole number, if we were to take that negative off, then it is also an integer. Is it a whole number? No, it's not, because it's negative. Okay? I have a whole -$7. That sounds weird, right? The number 0, I'm going to let you handle that one on your own. I'm not going to do a similar example because that would just give you the answer. Let's do a fraction like 4/8. Okay? Some of you might be thinking, ooh, we can simplify that. Yes, we can. Well, 4 is half of 8, right? So that's just half. Half is half a remainder. Is 4/8 a remainder? It's something left over, right? I got 1 1/2 pizzas. Well, isn't the half what's left over from what used to be a whole? Yeah. So it's a remainder, therefore it is rational. 4/8. Okay? Is it an integer? No, because it has the remainder. Let's do, how about the number 12? 12. If I told you to count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a counting number, isn't it? Yes, it is. What are whole numbers? They're just counting numbers, but they also have the number 0. Okay? So, is 12 a whole number? Yes. How many pizzas you order? Man, I ordered a whole 12 pizzas and I ate all whole 12. Okay? It is a whole number. Because it's a whole number, it's inside, right? It's inside of that integer circle also, so it's also an integer, and every single number in 7th grade is rational. All right? So those are some examples that go along very well with the ones that you have to do. You need to do all of these, and then if you get those right on the Venn diagram, well, guess what? They're the same numbers down here. Okay? So that section down on the bottom is just similar to the assignment before. Down here it says, communicating about mathematics, describe the relationship between integers and rational numbers. What that means is, think about middle school relationships. What is similar in the two, and what's different? in the two. Okay? So just list one thing that's similar about integers and rational numbers, and one thing that's different about integers and rational numbers. If you can do that, you'll be golden. All right? There should be some more videos on Schoology that you can look at. If I just confused the bejesus out of you, hopefully I didn't. And if you have any questions, make sure you get on the Zoom at the appropriate time and ask me whatever you need to. Okay? All right, y'all have a good day.